Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Let me see if I'm ready. Yes, everything is ready. Everything is ready. Hello. Ah, no, it's not. Why? Okay. Why? It's the wrong screen. Okay, it's the wrong screen. Because the two screens now are one. Let me see. Yeah, because I had to move few things, and I guess. Ah, much better. Better. I think the two screens are inverted. This one are okay, but this one will be inverted as well, I guess. So no. Okay. I think we are good, boys. Hello, Fergus. Yes, I'm back. Now, is all the renovation completed? No. I still have how to say in English, the how to say plastic covers made of plastic everywhere, right? That are covering the ground, they are covering the walls, they are covering the not the walls, they are covering the furniture. So what I did, I changed all the windows, and I repainted all the walls. I mean, not me, but I mean, I paid someone to do it. I didn't do it myself, but let's say, changed all the windows, repainted all the walls, and the problem was that when they were changing the windows, the house was really a work in progress, you know. So I couldn't use the house too much. So, and that lasted only 2 days, and then after those 2 days, there were other 2 or 3 days of painting. Painting is still going on. The room where I am now is not the usual room; is a different room, but I managed to move all my PCs and laptops and I mean everything here. Actually, in the previous days, I had my PC completely in another place and I had to go back and forth. It was a bit of a mess. But now we are pretty much settled, so I'm back in the house. And good evening, double glass for the windows. It's actually triple glass. I mean, is double glass, triple things in between. So yes, they are much better windows. Also, they are more secure and visually they are better. So I really like it. I really like it. But the good news is that meanwhile, you know, since I could work on the release, I managed anyway to release 0731, which by the way is not even on the website. The website still has 0730. So there is something also that we should add to the website. There are some known problems with the current release. I would say the switch to Unreal Engine 5 has been very, very painful. Has been very easy at the beginning, but then very painful to actually finalize it. Right? I think we had. Let me see. We had a mission, right? I think we had a mission on Unreal Engine 5. Oh yeah. Yes, this was our mission. Now, let me edit this thing because I need to. Let me change the music and such. I had to restart my PC because I was. I had to search my microphone. It was not attached, so the microphone was buried into some boxes, you know, below a lot of covers and things, and so it took me a lot to actually find the microphone again, and reconnect and reboot the PC. And so let me see what we have in this list. Yeah, the Mac client was missing. Okay, the Mac client now we have. Now, the problem is that we learned... Is this thing different? Did they change paint? I don't know, it looks slightly different. Okay, anyway. So we did that. We did the sorry, we did this one. We did this one, and we didn't do this minimum requirement. Actually, I did a bit of checks. So some of you tested an early version of Unreal Engine 5 plane shift, and the feedback from you on Windows, on Linux, and on Mac was that it was pretty much running the same. Now we have one person that is saying that his Linux machine is not able to run Unreal Engine 5 while it was able to run Unreal Engine 4. He's getting a memory error on the video card. And yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. But at the moment, there's not much I can do on that. So let me just check the... Is the music volume too loud? It feels a bit too loud. Because, you know, I had to reset. Yes, actually, I think it is. Yeah, I think I want it more on the background and really... Okay. Now we had some optional elements, right? Some optional elements we had. Let me do this. We had some optional elements like upgrade voice chat to 5. I didn't do that yet. Upgrade ALS to 5. I didn't do that yet. But this one, like the loading screen after entry word, these were mostly checks that I wanted to do for word partition. But we went back to word composition. So I didn't check this. Well, mounts, I think we checked, are fine. I checked spell casting. I didn't really check, well, mini games. I don't think I checked mini games. I don't think I did. We can check it now. I don't think I checked mini games. Because mini games are using some kind of advanced techniques, you know, for Unreal, and so that is prone to fail. That is kind of prone to fail. But anyway, how have you been in these days, boys? Is some time that we don't speak, so how it was for you in these days? Dice Cup? No. What was the name? Dice Board. Dice Board. Okay, seems to be working okay. Okay, nice. Seems to be working fine. Thank God. I didn't check this one at all. At all. There are so many parts, you know, of the system that checking them all is tough. Okay. This is where you come into play. Found a few interesting bits. I will not say anything on. Okay. Cold? Yeah. Cold for sure. Okay, so what problems we have? Well, we actually have a number of problems. The main problem are lights. Lights seems to be interpreted differently in Unreal Engine 5 from Unreal Engine 4. Certain lights are really being full dynamic and others are not, and some are even off. Like you can see here, some lights seems to be completely off, right? Also this one. So this one is not giving any light for whatever reason, while other lights do. So is at the moment not very clear to me of why. And the best thing to understand this would be to really test it in a sample level, because if we try to test it in plane shift, I think it will take us a lot of, it will take a lot of time potentially, and because the relight is really taking a lot of time, and at the end we will not really be able to do many tests. So I want to do it outside of the normal game. If you want to know all the issue I had, I could summarize them, but mainly the main issue was on Mac. Mac is significantly broken in terms of building and packaging. The undecorated is still broken, like it was broken in Unreal Engine 4, and so I had to do another patch for it. The cursor is broken, is still broken, and so I had to reapply the patch. This one was pretty much similar, but the one that really gave me a hard time this time was the last part of the packaging. And basically I wanted to create an Intel binary, right, on an M1 Mac, and to do that, in theory, there is a specific parameter that you can pass, right? And let me see if I find it, because I created a post for that. Where is the? Oh, is here. Yes, exactly. This post that I created, right? So this is on the Unreal Engine forums, and I tried basically to start a new shell with the x86 architecture, Intel architecture. I try to set specific variables that are basically telling that we are using only that architecture as a valid architecture. I passed this parameter in the build command as well, which is explicitly saying that we want this architecture. And in addition, I also modified all the Xcode settings in the project files to say that we only wanted to have the Intel 64. So all of this didn't do anything, or anyway, it was not enough, you know, to generate an Intel binary. It was still coming out as ARM 64. In fact, you see here it is saying building a real client as ARM 64 for local non-distribution. So despite all the above, was still generating an M1 executable. And so the workaround that I found is to basically let him go, let him do the ARM executable, and then when it's completed, I recompile by force, let's say, using this command, the launcher and the editor, specifying architecture 86. There is only one of the steps, right? But it's the step that is the most important. It's the one that is really building and creating the executable. And then after that, I'm launching the packaging without build. As you can see here, there is no build parameter. And so is assuming that this command went well, and this is actually producing the proper Intel binaries. So it was a real mess, I have to say. It was a real mess. I really hope they will fix it, but I think there is so few people that are really shipping Unreal Engine 5.1.1 on Mac, right? So we are a bit of a pioneers here on this one. But outside you don't take the risk to not find the real light problem. What do you mean, Hula? No. Outside. I mean, in the other project, yes, we will export our same lights, right? And so I think, yes, we will be able to fully. There is a lot of cleanup I need to do, because now I have Unreal Engine 4 and Unreal Engine 5 together. Also, I have Unreal Engine 5.03. So there is a bit of a cleanup to do, but overall, I think we are in pretty good shape. If you can test the Windows release, please test it. If you can test the Linux release, test it. If you can test the Mac, do it as well. I need feedback if it is working properly or not. I really need the feedback to understand if it's okay. Now, what are the benefits of being on 5? Well, there are some benefits for sure. For example, all the plugins that we use have been updated for Unreal Engine 5, and so we can use now the latest version. Before we couldn't. And the water and rivers should be improved as well, so we can get use of that. We could finally have the meta sound in, and so we could use meta sound for the instruments, for playing the instruments, because now we are on Unreal Engine 5. So I will do a list of benefits, and we will see what we get. So I want to do this. I want to load my Hydra level, and I don't think I want to export the wall level, right? Because they will be too costly. But we can export only the lights, some prototypes of lights, because I've seen that there are different type of lights that we are using and they are giving different results. So we will export one light per type in a test level. We will load them in the test level and see how they react. So we loaded our Hydra level. Let's go. Let's go there. Okay. So this light is not very important, but is the light. This one is probably the only light that is really working as expected. Is a light that we dropped. You know, this light that we dropped in the level, and is working as expected. But you know, just to test, I will export this one as well. Can I? Can I do it? In reality, no, because it's not a blueprint. The only thing that I can check, you know, is the mobility settings. So I can check that at the moment the mobility is static, and so this will work as a pure static light. Let me just go back to the. Yes, because we have we have few different types. We have the one in the temple, and this one is behaving differently on Linux and on Mac and on Windows, which is very strange. But basically, it's this blueprint here. So we will export this one, okay? So export, and I want to no migrate. Wait, export. No, it's correct. Export. No, it's not correct. Did they change the name or what? Ah, no, it's migrate. It's migrate. Why we still have the... Holy moly. Why we still have this? There is still someone that is using the wrong default RAM, huh? Interesting. It's not what I want to investigate now, but it's definitely wrong. But anyway, it's not what we are investigating now. So all of this, I think we can export, and we will export it to, we'll migrate it to a default project. I think there is this one, EU51 first test, so we will migrate it here. What the? It disappeared from here. What? Did you see that? It disappeared. It disappeared from here for a second. Okay, anyway. So that's one type of light. The second type of light is this one. And we will migrate this one as well. Same folder. We can override, no issues. Then another type of light is this one. And you see that they are, you will see because I will open them in a second, but they are all slightly different from each other, right? They are really not the same. So one has the light in the particle, the other has it as a sibling of the particle, another has it stationary, the other has it static. So there are definitely some differences in wait, why didn't what? Wait, it was already open, so it's one of the ones that I did already. I cannot see it. What? I see. Sorry, it was not selected? Maybe it was not selected. Okay. So now we have few of the lights that are actually not working. We also have the torches in the arena. The torches in the arena are completely black. Obviously only in Unreal Engine 5, because in Unreal Engine 4 it was working as expected. I think are these ones, yes. And you see that they are even dark in the editor. Well, now I have real time off, but if I have real time on, you see that only the particle is showing, but the actual light around it is not, right? So it means that this one is not being recalculated. And that's kind of a problem. And then the next question will be, how many of these are actually broken? You know, there can be a lot of these assets that are broken. Wait a second. Okay, there is a mistake here. I was trying, yeah. There is definitely a mistake. Okay. Holy. Yeah, sometimes that happens when I noticed that in Unreal Engine 5, instead of what it was happening in 4, if you build a shipping release, some of your project will actually say that the modules are not compiled for the proper version. This was not happening in 4. And so basically what you need to do, you need to go here in Visual Studio and recompile it. So that you get the right version, let's say. The right compiled version of the Real Engine modules. Okay, now it should, in theory, work better. What? Why? I'm running debug or development? Ah, because I'm running development here. So if I'm running development, I should just not Real Editor? Or what? Yeah, it's only if you debug. Yeah, probably. This thing is a bit tricky, right? So if you compile the game with debug game, then you need to use Unreal Engine debug editor. At least this is what I've seen. I don't know if it's correct though. My microphone is cracking. Ay, 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 ay. It's cracking all the time or just a bit? I mean, is it still cracking? I mean, if it was just one time, I think it's fine, but if it's continuously doing it, then I will have to... If it was just one time, I think it's fine, but if it's continuously doing it, then I will have to... If it was just one time... It seems to be fine here, so probably... He has done it a few times. I could unplug it and plug it again, but I don't know if that... I think it's all the dust, you know? It's all the dust that still is in the house. Okay, we have our blueprint thingy. So wait a second. It's only 2 that I exported? No, it's impossible. So some of the other are in different places, eh? Like for example, this guy. Exactly. Is inside idler. Not the greatest idea, but fine. Don't remember this one. The new engine is something super annoying that if you drop here and it's not exactly in this line, it becomes another window. I don't remember this one. What is it? No idea. It's not something that I exported, but... What is this? We have it in our project? Okay. No, I don't think so. I think it's under engine somewhere. Yeah, exactly. It's under starter content. Yeah. Okay, fine. Fine. No, our ones are this, and this. So what we will do... we can keep the directional light. It's not a problem. We can keep the skylight and all of that. But what I want to do, I want to ensure that the level has some specific lights, and I would say, for example, this one, right? And around. I will put them pretty far away from each other because I want to be sure that they are not interfering too much. Or we can reduce the range. Like this one you see has a fairly big range at the moment, but at the same time I don't want to change it. So maybe I would just expand. I would just expand the level because I don't want to touch the lights. I really want to keep them as they are. And the other way. I really want to keep them as they are. Okay. So one light will be there. And it's covering this area. Now I think we can put one other light here. And it will be covering this area. I mean, even if they overlap just by a bit, I think it's okay, yeah. Then we will have this one. Because, you know, now what is the good thing is that we can do all the tests, you know, separately. And we can really see what happens, right? Can really see what happens. This one is very big, so we would have the last one here. Okay, good. Now we have this empty level. I mean, it's not very interesting, I understand, but it's fine with me. Just put some elements to recognize what is what, and we can use it, right? Now we can rebuild the lights in this level. I think will be very, very simple to rebuild. The only thing that I need to make the static. I mean, I need to make our directional light and our skylight of the same type that I have. So this one, the skylight is movable. Okay, let me check one thing. Let me check one thing because I want to remember. I want to see what we had. No. Skybox and light setup. So the skylight is stationary. The skylight is stationary. And the directional light is movable, I guess, right? And the directional light, yeah, it was stationary, but it was not really working okay. No, I need to check. I don't remember. I don't remember exactly what is the last incarnation of this. Because we changed it so many times, right? And I don't remember. Hello, Funner. How are you? You see, I'm back. Even if I'm still in a house that is under construction, but I am here. I'm trying to stream and proceed with our game. Even if I have the people painting the house that are showing up, you know, early in the morning, and so I have to wake up even earlier. But yeah. So directional light, let me see. This is our project, right? Directional light is movable. Skylight is stationary. Okay. Let me maybe put it here in this, because I mean it's very nice that we have all of this, but so keep the directional light as movable. Change the skybox to stationary. Yes. I just want to be sure that we have... Okay. So directional light. Now, I see that here in the... There is a new thing. There is the sky atmosphere. I think this one is the new sky, right? I think it's the new sky with the clouds and things. Do we care up to a certain point? Even if this one also has a movable, but I don't think that this one is generating light. At least, I hope it doesn't. Okay, so like this, we are in the same situation of our game. And we have the same blueprints. So what I want to do, I want to build all levels, right? Build HLOD, delete HLOD. I mean, it's fine. If you want to build HLOD, you can build them. Why ask me to resave all of this? It's a bit strange, huh? He's asking me to resave these objects even if they are coming from Unreal Engine 5.1.1, because here we are in Unreal Engine 5.1.1. But anyway, I will save them and see what happens. So this will take a bit. So let me just I will step away for a second, and I will be back. Okay, I'm back. I guess it finished. Did he launch? Did he launch the swarm or not? Should have launched the swarm, huh? Let me see. No, it didn't. It didn't. It didn't because... Ah, yes, because in the world setting we don't have the volumetric sparse lighting selected. Okay. So we have to go under light mass setting, and say... Well, it's actually volumetric light map already. But we use this other method. We use sparse volumetric lighting samples, right? Let me see, but we use war setting. Where is it? Light mass. Sparse volume lighting samples, exactly. Now, in terms of settings, I don't know. 13511. 13511. Here is 5. So we lowered the number of bounces of indirect lights. We have a compressed light maps, yes. The rest seems to be the same. I'm just surprised that he didn't build... Let me go light production though, because we need to build light production. Maybe we did not enable, let me see, static lights. Project setting rendering. Project setting rendering. Project setting rendering. Allow static lining, yes. Why is not... wait a second. I always forget where is the... Where is... Ah, yeah. Volume lining samples. Oh, you see there are 0 at the moment, huh? Ah, because I don't have a light mass. Okay. I don't have a light mass. Wait. We need to add... where the hell is the thingy? What? Am I missing a window? Yes, I am. Light mass importance volume, right? Light mass importance volume. If you don't put this one, it would not do anything. So scale X, I don't know, 30. Well, maybe 20. Yes. This one is like 80. No, 60. 50. I mean, it's not very, very important that it is too big or too small, but 40. Okay. Okay, 40 is too little. 45. Okay, and vertically. And vertically 10. Okay, or 5 or 6 or whatever. Yeah. I mean, as long as it covers the wall level, we are good, right? So... Okay. Okay, let me try like this. It's not doing anything. Word setting, force, no pre-computed lighting is true. There is a setting that is... Force pre-computed lighting is true, while in our project is off. Okay, but it seems that here I cannot remove it. Why I cannot remove it? Why I cannot remove it? There is something else to enable that now I forgot. But you see that here is available. in this project is available, in the other project is not available. So there must be a setting to enable static light maps that I forgot somewhere. I mean, in theory it should be in the project setting or here in the world setting. So I'm trying to compare these two projects and see if there is any real difference. Right, so if we go under light mass, yes, light mass. So 135. Wow. So we have 5 sky bounces, but it's okay. I mean, it's just calculated one time. Indirect lighting quality 1. This I don't know exactly what is it, but the environment color, but it's fine. Intensity 1. Diffuse boost 0. This one I could change, but I don't know what happens if I do this, if it's really sparse volume line, ambient occlusion. This is no. This is all the same. There is a 403. Yeah, I think this is coming from the project setting. So I think we need to go in the project setting and check light mass. That is under no should be under engine rendering anyway. Engine rendering. Let's see if there is anything different between left and right. Right, this is the same. Here is different already. Why? Wait, no, just because it's just because it's not in line. There is the same. Because this guy is using lumen. That's why. He was using global illumination. Okay, so now I think it should be like for example, why we have global tracing here and we have detailed tracing here, which is not even clickable, right? Like if shadow maps. Use normal map for static lighting. Why we have this enabled? Whether to allow any static lighting to use normal maps for lighting computations. I'm not fully convinced that that's a good idea. But sort by distance, disabled. There is the same. Enable, disable. Auto exposure is off in our project. Okay. Now here there are a lot of differences. This one is flagged. Extended default luminance range in auto exposure settings. I cannot remove it. Motion blur is removed, but this one I cannot remove. Temporal resolution, candelas, advanced. Decide automatically. Hardware. I'm just comparing the two and trying to see if there is any difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 80. Support CSM on level with force, no pre-computed lighting. Mobile enable when allowed static line is enabled. Shader support CSM without any computer lighting normally generated, but it's only mobile setting. This one we should, yeah, but it's only mobile, so I don't think we really care. I don't think we really care, boys. Okay. Let me see if now those options are finally enabled under rendering. I mean, if it's this, so which one was different? There was one. There was different. I think it was this one. What is it? Auto exposure. Yeah, you see, this one is still different though. This one is still different. Because here I can enable disable. Here is enabled by default. But anyway, at least we don't have lumen on. Let me see if I do calculate lights now. No, the force pre-computed lighting is still there. So let me see if I can disable it now. I cannot disable it. I cannot disable it. Force not pre-computed. Whether the force light map and other pre-computed lighting to not be created, even when the engine thinks they are needed. Did you? Exactly. No, I need to be able to disable. I need to be able to uncheck this. But it seems that he's still thinking to use lumen somehow, because you see that is. But I changed the lumen thingy. I said lumen. I say no global illumination, right? I said. Yeah, dynamic global illumination off, right? It's saying none. So do you think it's also somewhere else in the settings? Maybe global illumination. No, it's only there. Very strange. I cannot disable it. I cannot disable it. Let me see by any chance in my lights. Point light movable. Point light static. I think I'm missing a setting somewhere. Because this one should be possible to uncheck it. Generate mesh distance field. Wait a second, maybe we need to disable that. Distance fields. Generate mesh. This is enabled, huh? And it should not be enabled. Distance fields. Exactly. This one should be off. This one should be off. Let's try to restart it now and see. Force. No, it's still I cannot remove it. Still I cannot remove it. It's very strange. Uh, I can Google it, but it's very strange that I cannot remove it if I remove Lumen and everything. Unreal Engine, Force, no, pre-computed lining. Allow static lining. Allow static lining. You can do it per level. Per level. Do I still have a global illumination setting here? I don't think so. Where is this allow? Where is allow static lining? I think it's in project setting. We have seen it. Exactly. Allow static lining is enabled. Allow static lining. It's the same. It's the same now. But still we cannot remove the pre-computed. Our problem is that that thing is grayed out. Exactly. This guy is exactly the same problem we have. This feature is not yet supported. What? You crazy? Ah, third-person map is a word partition by default? Are you serious? No. Is a word partition by default? Why? I mean, there is only this simple level. Word partition. War partition. Enable stream. No, it's not. It's war partition? Uh-oh, it is. It is. How can I go back? I mean, okay, fuck. So this level is... Okay. This level is warp partition by default. And warp partition does not allow static lining. Okay. Okay. So, it is possible to remove warp partition? What the hell? I don't know if it's possible to go back. Okay, you cannot go back. You cannot go back. Okay, fine. I think we can make another level then. Because for some reason, the third-person template is really starting with... the question is, can we copy everything? Because I would like to have exactly these things, right? I would like to have exactly this. What if I copy... and then I create a new level... and then I... and then I paste. Ah, very nice. Okay, this worked. And this is very, very nice. And at the moment, this level is not warp partition, right? Okay. This is pretty good. This is very, very good. The only problem will be to get the starting level. That should be here somewhere. Maps. Default editor startup. We can use my test level and my test level. So if I start the game now, does it work? Yeah, it does. Okay, here we are in our test level. It should not be warp partition. Okay, nice, 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 nice. Very nice. So now... ah, you see, here is disabled now. Perfect. So the light mass is this. Okay, I think now... okay, now he's doing it. Now he's doing it for real. Or for Unreal, but now he's doing it. You see? He started the light map recalculation. So it's actually working as expected now. And it's also very fast because the level is small, so we can do all the tests that we want. So now we have the right setup. That is the setup that we wanted to have. Okay. So if I enable now... volume is already enabled. Ay. Why is already enabled and I don't see it? What is this guy, by the way? It is a post-process volume. There is a light mass importance volume. Why I don't see my... It is very strange, huh? Why I don't see the... lighting samples? Ah, because it's using volumetric. Okay, because it's using volumetric because I have changed. I mean, I created a new level. In the new level, okay, there is no sparse volumetric lining, whatever. Okay, so we need to redo it. So we can save all and we can rebuild the level. Easy. It will take a bit, but we are not scared of that. Yeah, I only have a problem. If I have to walk, walk in my house, you know. If I go outside of this room, is super dusty. Like mega dusty. Mega dusty. Is mega dust. Mega dust. There is dust everywhere. Yeah, there is dust everywhere, unfortunately. Not much I can do about it until these works are finished. Okay, so now we see it, and that is exactly what I wanted to see. I wanted to see, yeah, I wanted to see this, but the result doesn't look to be very good. At least not what I wanted to have. Like it's all black, boys. Is all black. At least it looks like. Oh wait, no. What happened? What? Where are my lights? You didn't copy the blueprints? What the? What is this? You serious? What? There is no blueprint. Look. What? You crazy? Guys, this Unreal Engine 5. I mean, I understand it is a bit new, right? That they say, but this Unreal Engine 5 is weird. I mean, 4 looked pretty good. No? Okay, let's redo it. It was anyway only 4. So we do it again. We do it again, no problem. Not scared of that. Oh my god. But why? What? What the hell is going on? Let me reopen it. I don't know, it's weird. It's very strange. So the lights are here in this level, but in the level that we copied over, now they are. Now they are. Oh my god, guys. They say, hey, why you're not using Unreal Engine 5? They say, why you're using still Unreal Engine 4? Why? Why is, hey, you see, objects are disappearing. Let's try again. World setting. Maps need light rebuild. Yeah, I know. I'm rebuilding it now. Bro, is there a build? Is the light rebuild that is making those disappear? Can you believe it? It is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, like if they are not compiled. You see? As soon as I compile it, so even in the viewport, and the viewport is there, but as soon as I recompile it, I think this one is here probably. Yeah, you see? As soon as I click on compile, this thing is appearing again. Oh my Jesus. Okay, I will just close the editor. I will pretend that nothing happened. I will just pretend nothing happened. And I will launch it again, okay? Pretending we didn't see anything. Okay. Building lights. Let's see if they disappear again. No, this time they didn't disappear. Okay. This thing is crazy anyway, boys. It's completely crazy. Completely crazy. Okay, so this light actually seems to get a proper light sample, because you see that this thing is colored. Can I make these light samples bigger or not? Probably I can, but I have no idea how to. This volume, you know. This one seems to be completely broken, meaning that it didn't really do anything to any of the lighting samples. I mean, we can try again by moving this a bit closer. Right, I can put it here, which is basically on top of this guy. It's basically on top of this guy, and we can rebuild. Oh my god, my mobile. Do you hear my mobile as well? Do you hear my mobile like speaking? Oh. Okay, I moved it very far away. Yeah, let's rebuild the light here and see what happens. Let's see. Nothing? Nothing. So yeah, this one is evidently broken, right? This blueprint is not generating light. But what I'm a bit surprised is that this one is. I think this one is not because it's considered dynamic, right? You see this symbol? This symbol means that the light is considered dynamic. Even if I look at the blueprint, this point light is actually dynamic. But I don't think it was this way in the old game, no? Let me do a check. I think it's changing. Maybe when we resaved. Basically, what dynamic means is that that light will be only calculated. I mean, calculated on the fly at runtime, right? So there is no static light. But so what is the name of this thing? Is BP Idla Lantern 001. It is movable. And the light is movable. Okay, these ones are really these ones are really movable. Also in the old game. And they should not be. They should not be, but it's fine. So if I play, if I hit play, right? And I go there, this one will actually cast a shadow. Is it because directional light is too strong or what? I can even put it at 0 at this point. I mean, well, maybe 0 is too little, but I'm missing something. But anyway, why the directional light is winning over this? Is it normal? I mean, shouldn't we see a shadow here? Why we don't see a shadow on this side if it is fully dynamic? This thing is casting shadows, so... I mean, I want to see the shadow of this thing on the ground, no? Why is not... Okay, now... on this one is doing it. On this one is doing it. Obviously has some approximation, as you can see, so it's not, you know, the greatest shadow, but on this one it doesn't, because it's dynamic. And with dynamic, the directional light wins. Because you cannot have more than one dynamic. No, in theory you can. I don't know why the light of this one is so dim. Will the shadow appear? Nope. It doesn't. Let me see if Riser is here, because I think I need him right now. Ta-da-da-dum. I asked Riser if he can join Discord so we can discuss about this, because I think these are all very interesting cases, right? These are all very interesting cases. And these are basically all the combinations pretty much that we have in the game. Okay. So here we have the, for example, here we have the pre-computed shadow. Here we do as well. Here we don't because it's dynamic. Let me see if I can hear you. Hello, hello. Can you speak? Cannot hear you. Because, wait a second, voice, no, audio, maybe a setting on my side, maybe a setting on my side. Okay, try now.
Hello?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay, so what's the problem with the lights?
So I created a test level and I have copied over the blueprint, the exact blueprint that we use in the game, right?
Yeah.
And I have 4 different types. And I don't know if you see my screen on the stream.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. And I enabled sparse volumetric lighting samples and everything. And in fact, in some cases like here, I see these little square, you know, that is lit, right? But every one of these things acts a bit differently. So for example, the one that we are looking at now is not making a shadow on the ground behind this block that I put, while this, oops, now this one, oh no, sorry, no, this one doesn't because it's dynamic, right? Even if it's a bit weird. I have another question on this, but let's ignore the dynamic for a second. So that one doesn't. This one is static, and as you can see, it makes a shadow here at the back. You will see it in 10 seconds because there is a delay on the stream, but here it makes a shadow. And this one is static, so it's good. This one also makes a shadow and is static after I build all the lightning, right? I build lightning. So in this example, there is one that is static but is not casting a shadow.
I think it's just that it's too weak. Try to bump up the intensity a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the wall. The wall is, I think, is not, because look at the sides of this thing. But okay, you are saying just that it's too weak. So I can have the intensity as 3000, so like more than that. Again, this is already weird for me. So now I bumped it to 3000. And I see, and I immediately see a shadow. Because probably made it dynamic. Okay, made it dynamic because I changed the parameters.
Yeah, try to build it again.
Yeah, I build it. Okay. It's building. It should not take much because the building is a very, very small level.
Yeah, and you can use the preview folding setting. So you don't have to wait as long.
Maybe it's there. Yeah, I think it's there. Okay, so in this case it was just too weak to show, but it's working. Okay, no, that's good. At least it's consistent. This is the one though that is not making any light in packaged windows, but I will then also do a shipping build later on and see. But let me ask you a question. So I play, right? I play with my character, and I see that my character has this shadow, and this shadow arrives from the directional light, which is actually movable, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I go close, for example, to this one, there is another movable, because this one is a movable. I don't see a double shadow or whatever. So is it because there can only be one dynamic?
No. You can have as many dynamic lights as you want.
So
You can't have more than 4 intersecting stationary lights, but you
so
don't use
why
them.
this thing is not casting a shadow in this direction? I mean, in the other direction, if it's dynamic.
Is it casting shadows? I mean, in the
Yeah, I think
properties?
it. What, the light or the
Yeah,
geometry? The light. Yes, it is casting shadows. I can try to put another one, you know, which is just a normal light. And
maybe no.
place.
It should
Let me put
cast shadows.
another light here, random light, and which is just placed in the level as a normal light. And this one will be dynamic. This one will be cast shadow and movable. And now I want to see if that one is giving me. Yes, it is. Okay. So this one is giving me a double shadow, which is good. I mean, is what in theory is what it should happen, right? So is fighting against the directional light. Directional light is doing something, and this one is. But the one inside the blueprint, maybe also this one is too weak.
No, I don't think so. Try to open the blueprint editor. Maybe there will be something that we could, you know.
Blueprint editor. So we have a static mesh, and the static mesh is movable. Then we have a particle and a point light, but these are siblings, so it's not that one is the child of the other, like in another blueprint, but in this one not. And this one, our point light is actually movable. Intensity 5000, attenuation, blah blah blah, source, use temperature. Affect world. Whether the light can affect the world or whether it's disabled. Cast shadow, true. Advanced. Intensity. Visible is visible. Light mass. Drawing distance. Start with tick enabled. You mean that maybe something here that is disabling it, right?
Yeah. Try.
The stick group during physics?
Unfold the advanced section for a sec. I need to see something.
Yeah, I folded it.
I mean, in the light section, the top one.
The upper one. So you wanted to open it, okay.
Yeah, I didn't see much of it because of the chat on the stream.
I can move it in the middle. Unitless. So we have intensity unitless, invest square, fall off. Specular scale, invest blend. Counter shadow lens. Cast shadow static, yes. Cast dynamic shadow, yes. I don't know why both are on, by the way. Cast static, but maybe it's just a possibility. It doesn't mean that it has to cast. transmission dip
Hey, it
shadow.
looks like everything is alright. Maybe it just bugged out. I don't know. Try to add another one with the exact same settings. Maybe that will work.
I mean, I can cope it, but or I can do this. I can take this point light, just the point light, and I can extract it from the BP. No, duplicate it in the BP. Oops, I did it too many times. I can duplicate in the BP. So this is actually another light in theory, and they are dynamic, right? So if they're dynamic, I should just enter into the game, and I should see my shadow immediately, right? Without rebuilding lights, because it's dynamic. But if I go into the game,
no, but it's not even visible in the editor. I mean the shadow.
no, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah, it doesn't work, and it won't even in the game.
Huh. That is very strange.
Yeah, maybe try to
Let me change it to static 1 second and then move it back to movable and see if it's like shaking things a bit. No, it's not shaking things at all. I can remove the particle and see. Let me duplicate this blueprint and maybe remove the particle and see if having a sibling particle is a problem for him, or I don't know. There is maybe there is another light inside the particle and one is disabling the other. Maybe. Let me duplicate and call it simplified. We put it here just next to it, and yeah, let me remove the second light. It's not really needed. Let me copy this block and move it next to it. So there is another light, and in this one we will remove the particle system, so we make it maybe simpler.
No, that's not the case, I think.
No?
I think that particles don't really affect anything.
So now I have it. Nah, it's really not casting any shadow. I don't know. It's so strange. You suggest to make a new blueprint, a completely new blueprint. Okay, let's make a new blueprint that is so actor test lantern from scratch. Okay, let's call it from scratch so we are sure that. Okay, here we add I don't have the default scene route in that one, but let me add a static mesh, and we will have our static mesh here, and the static mesh would be the same one, so it would be what, lantern 4, okay. Then inside of this, at the same level, I would like to remove this stuff. Yeah. At the same level, I will add my point light. I see something. That without the scene, the default scene, it doesn't allow you to have two siblings. But the migrated one, for some reason, has two siblings. I know, because it's under the static mesh. No. Delete that. No. Delete what I said. Completely delete it. Okay, so I recreated a new one with a static mesh, and the point light is a child of the static mesh, okay? And also this one seems is not casting any shadow. So let me try to remove the static mesh and just have a point light, but that I think is probably the simplest possible. Wait.
Wait, it didn't
no,
add.
it's not this one. It's not this one.
Yeah.
It's not this one. It's the simplified instead of the scratch. Okay, this one like this works. Let me go back to my with the mesh. Let me delete this one. That is with the mesh. With the mesh.
Disable casting shadows on the mesh.
Because
it's
it's closing it completely, you think?
Yeah, it's blocking.
Okay. Yes, in this case it works. And in theory is identical. Okay, I can compare the two and see if there is any property. I can compare the two. I mean, I can put one here and the other next to it and compare the properties and see why the hell. Because maybe those lights that have been migrated, they have some issue. Maybe they have some issue with the migration, you know, from 4 to 5. And this is what is generating the problem. I don't know.
By the way, your static mesh should be static, just to make it a little bit more performant.
Yes, I think you should, yes. I don't know why it's movable, actually, because that light doesn't move. I mean, it's really a piece of the city, so it's not moving. I don't know why I have it movable. That's weird.
I mean, it's the default behavior, so probably you just forgot or didn't notice it.
On the actor, yes, because actors can move in general, right? So point light, da da da, movable, none, 5000. The color is different, okay. This use temperature is off on the one created from scratch and is on the other one. I have no idea what
it's just color, nothing.
It's just color?
Yeah.
Can I remove it so that we see if it makes any difference? No, it doesn't. Okay. Still we have no shadow. Then this is the same, 1 unitless, on 8001005000, off. This one is what? I have a different set of things. Wait, 00 contact shadow length, translucent. This shadow cinematic cannot be clicked on this one. On the original one cannot be clicked. On the new one it can. I don't know. Let's see the other settings. Cast static shadow, but that's the difference, huh? Boom, 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 boom. Project 2200 on. Advanced, light mass. This is very, very different. Max draw distance. But it is probably just because this light will disappear at a distance. Mass distance, fade range, 50 meters. But 50 meters is a lot. Tick enable. Tick enable, allow tick during physics, none.
Yeah, if you want your light to be casting shadows, you should set the max draw distance.
So I should set it, okay. Yeah, in fact it is set here in my original. But yeah, they look identical.
Yeah, I have no idea why the original one didn't work.
But why cast shadow from cinematic is disabled? Is not clickable. It's like if this light is slightly different object. Point light component. Movable, false. I have no idea. Maybe the blueprint itself, maybe the actor itself has something weird. But it's hard to understand. I mean, hard to find. Specially loaded. Actor in H load, always spawn, ignore collision. No, this seems to be identical. Maybe the mesh. But we have seen that if I remove the mesh. No, we didn't try. Let me try to remove the mesh in the old one and see if is. So this is the old one. If I want to remove the mesh, I think I can do this. Yes. Compile. No. That's the same. Let me maybe bump the intensity just to be sure that... It's not... He's really not casting any shot. I mean, he's not interacting with the rest of the world. Let me remove this and this. Wow. It's not doing... I mean, he's casting light, but he's not casting shadow. I mean, he's not considering the other object in the world. It's like if he's in another layer. I don't know, if he's in another universe. Like if he's in another... Like if he's by itself, you know? I don't know how to say, but...
Yeah. I can't believe that they released the engine like this.
Maybe if you start from scratch it works, but if you migrate, I think there are some issues.
They promised that the migration would be painless. And
it's already I'm on 5.1.1, so it's already delayed. I mean, it's very patched, right? So there's been 5.0, 5.01, 5.02, 5.03, then 5.10, and then 5.11. So it's...
And it still doesn't work.
And it still doesn't work as expected. I don't know. Will be interesting because my issue, you know what is my problem, is that all these light... Well, I can convert this light to static, because actually I think is what I want anyway. And I can rebuild lights and see if that works. And if that works, in my case, it will be okay. Because actually, it's an anomaly that this light is movable. It should not be. It should not be. Maximum stationary. Maximum. If we want to change a bit, you know, the intensity or the... Yeah, you see? Now, okay. Well, this for me is a fix, meaning that if I change that to stationary, then I get the shadow. But if I change it back to movable, let me just remove that and I rebuild the light. It's like if there is an hidden property, you know, in the migration, an hidden property that is breaking the light.
Yeah, it's really weird, actually. I've never seen anything like this before.
Right.
Do stationary lights work? Like in this case, when movable doesn't?
I can try stationary. Stationary should still cast light, no?
Yeah, stationary gives you dynamic shadows of dynamic objects and static shadows on static objects.
This object is stationary though, eh? This object is not movable.
Yeah, it's static, so it will cast... No, it should be static.
It's stationary for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's the default level, I don't know. But it's not... You see that if I put it nearly on the ground, you see this how bright it is just after this. So it's really not casting.
No, but stationary lights have to be baked if you want to see the effect. So yeah.
No, stationary. But you said the stationary should... Okay, I can recalculate. You said it should anyway give dynamic to dynamic object?
Yeah. And they're like the best of both worlds solution.
I think the movable is really broken for my migrated ones. It takes a bit to reload the light maps. So even if it says 100%, okay. Yes, if it's stationary, we get the light.
And try to play the level and see if the dynamic shadow appears.
Is this one? Yes, the dynamic shadow appears, yes. It does.
So yeah, that's... I don't know why the movable light doesn't, you know, cast anything, cast shadows.
I can
But
submit this level. I mean, it's simple enough. Maybe there is a bug, they will fix it. I mean, it's very easy to see that this light is broken.
yeah,
Okay. So in my case, I think I will convert them to static so that they actually work. The other issue I have is that these lights, but I will have to, I guess, create a shipping build. When I create a shipping build, they look very different between Linux and Windows. And like on Linux, everything is black. No, in that case, in this one, I think on Linux it was lit, on Windows it was black. So
yeah, it was lit because all the lights were dynamic for some reason. That's why it was like double the intensity.
I didn't get what you said.
I mean that on Linux, all the lights, I mean most, were dynamic for some reason. They all casted shadows, they all showed specular reflection, and it was basically like double the intensity than what you would get on
You like this one. This one are the one in the inside the temple, inside the Lang's temple. These ones, and these ones are defined as static is the mesh, static, and there is now this point light is a child of the particle, but is also the light is static. And if I rebuild the light here, actually, I see the light and I see also the shadow. But if I go in the game, this is Lang's torch, right? So we have many of them in the game. And if I go in the game, that's off. And that's so strange. If I launch the game and I go in the temple, at least on Windows is off. On Linux, it seems to be on. So maybe I will make just a command, you know, that I right click and is telling me the properties of the light. I don't know if it gets changed when you build shipping. But look, in Windows now, I'm in Windows, and this light is making light only, I think, thanks to the particle light, because the particle as a light inside it is red, but is not casting any.
yeah,
Is not casting
and it moves, so
any other
it's
light.
probably the particle light.
Yeah, it flickers a bit because it's inside a particle light, right? But the other light is not here. The other light is not here. While in this test level, now I can build shipping. It may take a bit, so I will let you go. but in shipping, it seems that this one is broken.
And it did work in the editor, or not?
In the editor, I have it here. Is open. The editor is open, so we can see in the editor. I have my level loaded or not? No, I can load it up. I can load the level. I think in the editor it looked okay, because I checked the editor, but I didn't check the game. The only problem is that in the editor I think we have a very strong directional light, and so it may trick you. It may seem that everything is lit, but let's see. It's loading up. It's kind of a big level. I will have to split this level in the future, but Lungs, whatever. No, we are in the wrong place. Okay, let me go up a bit. We reach our temple. It's loading stuff, so it's pretty slow. No, in the editor is the same. In the editor is the same, but this blueprint, so it's not visible, but this blueprint is edit lungs torch. Let me just be sure that is really that one. Yes, is edit lungs torch. Is the same, is exactly the same object. I imported it into this level. Why the hell here in the editor is not making any light? It's so strange.
Maybe try making a new copy of this object.
Yes, I can. Let me just check. Yeah, the point light is here. I have my point light is static. Yeah, but I have to rebuild all the lights if I want to see it, and it's impossible on this level.
No, but
it will take forever. Yeah, if I move
so
it.
Okay.
Yeah, because if I move it, it becomes dynamic.
Okay.
I mean, I can, but obviously it will destroy our test. So I mean, I can move it, but you see, as soon as I move it, boom. Because now it became dynamic, and yes, it casts that light. So you see, the light is there. The light is there, but it have not been baked. It's not been baked, basically.
I don't know. Maybe it's like offset a little bit, and the light is behind the wall.
Or maybe this thing is casting shadow. Let me see if this thing. Where is the light, by the way? I cannot even see it. The light is probably inside a particle. Is inside. Wait, I'm moving too fast. Is inside a particle.
Click G on the keyboard.
But I cannot even see the. Sorry, the G.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, he was inside a particle somehow, but I don't know. Is it a problem?
I mean, I thought it was in the wall, behind the wall.
No, so... no, in the wall, no, in the wall, no. I Control Z and now is where it is. Right, I can take another one if you want. So I didn't touch it, but is here is not in the wall for sure. Is not in the wall. Now, is this thing casting shadow? That's a good question. Is this static mesh? Because if this static mesh is casting shadow, no, it's not. You see. The static mesh is not casting shadow, so it cannot block the light going down. So this, and anyway, we would have it on the wall at least.
Yeah.
And we don't even have it on the wall. And we don't even have it on the wall, so...
So it seems like a conversion error. I don't see any other explanation.
Yeah.
Maybe you could try downloading the 5.0 and then migrate it from the UE4 version and then try to copy the U assets from the 5.0 to the 5.1.
I see what you mean. I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they broke something in the 5.1, deprecated something, or you know, since they promised that it would be painless, maybe it was, just it's not now.
Yeah, maybe a bug of 5.1. Yeah, maybe a bug of 5.1. Anyway, because this one I cannot even do the trick of moving to static again because it's already static. So this one I cannot really, I don't really have an easy way to fix.
I mean, if you want to release it fast, then I would just make it movable but disable shadows so that there's not that much of a performance hit.
I mean, at the moment, the people can just override daylight and that's it. So I mean, in the game, we can't just have full light, but it is no. I think I want to. I mean, is released. So the 511 is anyway released. So I think I can think about it, understand really how it works, try to find a fix, and then release another version with this light fixed. I don't think I am in a hurry, you know, to fix it at this point. People can play, can just go under the menu, select override daylight, and anyway it should look fine, or use torches. But yeah, it's and in Linux is different, you know. That is the other weird thing.
Yeah.
That in Linux, maybe it's a weird case problem, or because I had already some
issue.
I had some weird case problems with Linux, like certain files don't work anymore, because in Windows, even if you have an uppercase and the file is lowercase, it works anyway, right? But in Linux it doesn't.
That's just that file system thing.
Yes. So I don't know if the way is saving the light maps, or there must be something like that. So if can I see if the light? No, because it's impossible to see if is the one coming from these lights. Because if I could see the light maps of this geometry, maybe they are missing on Windows. I don't know. Because the light maps are all underworld, right? All underworld somewhere here. And you can look at all the pictures, but it's impossible to understand what is what. Light maps, yes, 294. GG! Try to find it. Okay. Yeah. So for some reason, these light maps are... Some of these light maps are loaded on Linux, and they are not loaded on Windows.
I think they are loaded, actually. These skylight occlusion is present. It's just the point lights don't work.
Yeah, but the point light, when it's baked, should not do anything, no? I mean, it's just the light map on the object that is loaded. But at the point the light is dead, right?
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exactly. So I think the question is from the development version, can I say something like show light maps when I'm in the lab, when I'm walking around?
Yeah, you can enable the lighting mode, which just shows the light maps and the dynamic lights.
Yeah,
I can't remember the command. It was like view and lighting mode or something like that. Lighting view mode, maybe?
Because it would be very interesting to see if there is a light map there or not. So if the light map is missing completely, or... I mean, I don't know if I have to debug this. I think it's an engine problem anyway. I don't think it's my game problem. But at the same time, you have no idea what I did on Mac to actually have this release. Everything was broken. It cannot... The Unreal Engine 5 at the moment, 5.1, cannot produce an Intel executable without manual changes. So I did some manual changes, and now it is doing it, but it's not really working as it should. Okay. I can connect, and if you have to go at any time, please. I don't want to hold you.
Yeah, I'll have to go really soon. I'll just try to Google the command for you.
Okay, so if I log in, and this is the development version, so you have the console. Assuming it doesn't time out. I think I have a bit too much stuff open actually at this point, but let me just close a few things because I think I have too much open. It's timing out. Okay, I loaded in. So if I go where the music is insanely high. Okay, I'm already here, by the way. I'm already here and everything is lit. Interesting. No, because it's day. Now. Okay, it was still loading. It was still loading. So now everything is black. So you're saying there should be, I can try to say light map. I think there is visualize show flag, light map density, show flag, volumetric light map, visualize volumetric light map, visualize volumetric, show light map density, enable volumetric visualize, virtual texture light map reflection, light map mix, reflection environment. I don't see anything specific here. Reflection, environment, light map. Probably is not light. Strange is not light map. Let me try static. No, static, no. Light. Let me just try light. Well, light, it will be a million things though. Toggle light. Toggle so light was name contained a specified string. Wow. Volumetric alignment samples. Visualize. What I can do? I can visualize volumetric light maps, and I can visualize.
Well, that's not it.
But it's not it. Show flag spotlight. Show sky lighting. Show light radius. Show light shaft. Show light map. This one light map density.
That's not it either. It just shows how dense your light maps are.
Yeah, but at least we can see if... Oh my god. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Those
no, but I mean,
it's
not like it was in 4. I mean, these black shadows in 4 were not there. You see my screen?
I think it's just like a glitch. It doesn't really...
Yeah. No, because the point is there a light map here on the ground? That I think is my question. If there was no light map, would it show... It would show like my character, right? Because my character is full dynamic. So if there was no light map, it would show yellow. So it means that there is a light map here on this object. But we don't know which kind. Okay, I don't know. I would think about it. I don't have a solution at the moment. I'm just confused of what I should do. I can convert the movable to static, and then at least it's fixing that piece. But for the dynamic ones, for the static ones that are just showing on Linux and not on Windows, I really have no idea.
Yeah, I don't have any idea either. It's like really weird. I wouldn't expect the conversion to go that wrong.
I mean, I could add a light. I could add a you know, just in the areas that are really dark like this, I can add an additional light to the level for each of the torches if I want. I go here, I add like 20 lights, and it will be probably okay. But
I think the easiest solution would be to just add a new dynamic skylight so that it just illuminates every dark corner in every, you know, so that it bumps up the
but I have
bumps up the shadows
I mean, I have my skylight already. I can just bump the value, you know?
No, but that one is stationary, which means that dark areas stay dark. Movable doesn't care about skylight occlusion and stuff.
Yeah, because now this temple is super dark. I mean, it's really too much. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
nearly unusable. I mean, it's mysterious, which is good, but
But look,
it's very
as if
mysterious.
nobody has ever has visited it since
Exactly. And this
200
guy
years.
the same, right? Because it's the same light. On top of this guy, there is the same light. And now I don't know what happens on Mac. I don't know if Mac and Linux are actually the same. In theory, I could even try Mac because I have it built. I have it built and I can just launch it, I think. But I mean, I would like to understand if it's only a Linux problem or if it's not a Linux problem. I mean, if it's only a Windows Linux difference or because I have here. So if I launch,
Does it work fine on the M1 machines?
yes, the Intel one works on M1 machines as well. Yes, I can also build the M1 if I want, just pure M1. Oops. Now I'm in screen sharing, so it's not very fast, but I think it's okay.
I mean, just to see if it works.
Yeah.
You
And
don't
by the
need
way, it's the same
very high
character,
frame
so
rate.
it will be in the same place. Huh? If I connect from Mac, I don't have to teleport it, just there. Okay. Oh my god, it's going super slow. I think I'm at epic settings, but yeah, and it's through screen sharing. So, but yes, the light. Wait, let me remove my
It's
torch.
exactly like on Linux.
It seems
The
to be.
lights are dynamic.
Yeah, it seems to be exactly like on Linux. Yes, the lights are. Maybe I should remove the. I should lower a bit the settings. This machine is not a very good machine. It's a Mac Mini, so I use it only for. Everything is on Epic, so that's probably.
That, and you could disable the shadows by setting the shadows too low. It will disable everything.
Yeah, I can put high. But yes, you see here is illuminated, and I have a shadow behind me. Yes, I do. I have a shadow behind me. So sorry, it's really going super slow. Like zero.
No, I mean on my machine it's also really slow. I mean, going there it's like 15 FPS on medium, and I mean I don't have like a top end card. I have 1060, so but still on Windows it runs like 200
But
FPS.
and you think why? Because there are too many dynamic.
Yeah, there are too many dynamic lights
But here
that
there is one
have cast shadow.
in front of
Yeah,
us. There
but
is one, and there is probably there are probably 2 or 3 on the sides. Yes, there are probably, and then there are the 20 inside the building. Yes.
yeah, and that's a lot. If you want to have a lot of shadows, dynamic shadows in your scene, you should use spotlights because point lights generate like 8 spotlight shadows in every direction. So you can imagine it's not very performant.
Yeah.
So it's like
It
you
works.
can multiply 8 by the number of lights in the scene, and you would get how many shadows are calculated every tick.
But no one said that it was going very, 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 very slow. Maybe because they didn't go in this area. I don't know.
If you set the shadow settings to low, then it's not an issue. Maybe they were
Okay.
playing on low.
Maybe they were playing on low. Yeah, it's possible. Okay, yeah, we're still emulated, so it still looks weird because it still looks like low FPS, but probably is not.
I mean, you could enable the show FPS and
Yeah,
see
show
what
FPS.
numbers are.
11. But it's a Mac Mini, yeah, so it's not. But it's an M1 Mac Mini, right?
And it's emulated, so no, just.
Yeah, it's going through VNC, so maybe it's not. But okay, so we have this weird effect. So on Linux and Mac, the static light become dynamic, even if they are declared as static. They become dynamic, and on Windows they are turned off.
Yeah. Okay, I'll have to go.
Okay.
So...
Thank you anyway. Thank you a lot for the help.
No worries, no problem. And see you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Fergus is saying the light in the temple work okay. I'm on 30 FPS. But what light setting you have? What option here under option? What you have for shadows? What setting you have for shadow, Fergus? Because if you have low, that may be yes, okay. Anyway. Fine. I think our test level is really proving the problem, at least for this dynamic light. And I think that... Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. And I think I will build this in shipping. And maybe I can even build it on Linux, Mac, and Windows. And see what happens. But basically on Windows, all those lights are getting shut down. So they are not... My problem is that if I have to redo the blueprint, it's really a mess. Right? If I have to redo the blueprint, because then I have to reposition it everywhere in the world, and there are so many, and there are so many in the world, right? So many. Anyway, I think I will go, guys, because tomorrow morning people are knocking on my door very early, and they start to paint things, and so I have to... Anyway, in 1 or 2 days it will be finished. I was happy anyway that I could stream, and you know, the setup is working and everything is working as before. That's pretty good. And yeah, so I think I'm going. Thank you for watching. I will see you... I think I will see you tomorrow evening if everything goes well. I don't know if I will be in a worse situation with the renovation work, but hopefully not. So if all goes well, I will be here tomorrow. All the lighting, the more light in the area, the slower I can move. All the light is very low gray and unable to see the numbers. Which numbers? Ah, the numbers of FPS? Okay. Okay, so see you tomorrow, most likely. Let's see if everything goes as expected. And meanwhile, try the game and see what happens. Bye bye. Have a good night. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.